Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Pelion, South Carolina. Well, y'all, it's about 69 degrees Fahrenheit here in Pelion, South Carolina. And let's get right into it, y'all, and let's see what the worm wizards are into today. And here's Aries, being cute, coming out here, hanging out with me in the shed while I check out the worm wizards. Want to say hello to everybody, Aries? Say purr. All right, I'll quit messing around with the cat. Let's get into it, y'all, and let's see what the worm wizards are into today. It's overcast, and they're calling for rain this afternoon. Like I say, it's 69 degrees. Ooh, look at all them wormies. Oh, yeah, they're out in full force. The humidity, probably that and the chicken feed. The cool, nice, cool temperatures. Y'all hear the birds chirping. I'm being quiet so y'all can hear that bird twerp and sing. I wonder what kind of bird that is making all that racket. Look at all those wormies just hanging out on the corner, y'all. Chilling like a villain. The worms are looking good. The post office is hitting a home run and actually prioritizing my packages and getting them to their locations and their destinations on time. I appreciate that, Postal Service. I know I was throwing a lot of shade before, but the last few worm orders have went off, or last couple worm orders went off without a hitch. I appreciate it. Thank you for your hard work, y'all. Speaking of worm orders, y'all, if anybody out there needs some red wiggler worms, I got the worms. I can hook you up. Look at there. What's that? About 70, 71 degrees. Looks like we got a little bit of heat, a little bit of warming going on in the bin. It's warming up a little bit. But that's only about 1 degree warmer or so, maybe 2 degrees warmer than the ambient temperature, so that's not really that concerning to me. But yeah, y'all, if anybody's interested in getting some red wiggler worms, if you go in the description of these videos I post, there's a link there. If you click on it, it'll take you over to our eBay store. And there, I sell quantities of red wiggler worms from 25 all the way up to 1,000. I hand count them. I ship priority mail, USPS priority mail. We ship anywhere in the United States. I've shipped as far as Anchorage, Alaska, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. We also sell castings, if you're into that, and worm leachate, although we don't have too much worm leachate. That's a limited quantity and supply. Well, the castings are too. Pretty much everything is a limited quantity of supply, but the thing I have the least of is the worm leachate, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Anyways, if anybody's interested, I sure would appreciate the support, y'all. But hey, if you ain't interested in getting any red wiggler worms or any worm castings, you can help us by supporting the channel by giving us a thumbs up, maybe sharing it with a friend. And if you haven't already, go on over there and click on that subscribe button. It's free, don't cost you nothing. And that helps us on our goal, on our journey to our next goal of 2,500 subscribers. And y'all, we're going to have a giveaway when we get there. It's going to be 2 American Silver Eagles. That's 2 troy ounces of fine silver. Going to one of you lucky viewers out there. The giveaway is open to everyone. We just got to get to 2,500 subscribers before we have it. That's all there is to it. And the majority of you folks out there viewing these videos aren't even subscribed. Y'all, what you waiting for? Go on over there and click on that subscribe button. Every day I drop fresh videos like this. Let me checking on my red wiggler worms. And then I go over and I feed my chickens and my blue laced red Wyandotte chickens. And I spend a little time with them and take a video with them. If that's the kind of thing you're into, well, y'all, that's the kind of thing I do. Look at all them worm bins. All right, without further ado, let's get my hands dirty and see what we can see. Oh, yeah. Forbidden spaghetti. It feels like cold spaghetti in my hands, too. That's pretty wild. I got lots of nice fat worms, and I got lots of juveniles and plenty of babies and cocoons. When you go over there, if you make a worm order, if you intend on going fishing, make sure you let me know you're going fishing with them, so I'll try to get you the biggest, fattest, longest red wigglers I can dig out of these bins. But if you're just composting or gardening or anything like that, you might want to let me know, or not so. But if you need really big fat worms for fishing, drop me a message and let me know when you make an order. And I'll be sure to make sure you get the fattest ones I can dig at the time. Some folks, if they're starting a worm bin, they might not want just all big fat ones. They might want a mix, you know, of juveniles. Well, mostly adults, but, you know, juveniles, babies, and cocoons and stuff. You know? Like, if I was going to start a worm bin, I'd want to go right off the top, just like that right there. And I'd want all of them. I want all of them. That's got everything you need. Now, obviously, if you're going fishing, you can't use the majority of these worms. They're too little to get on the hook. And that was the number one complaint I've heard from other folks about other people, and they buy worms from other folks. The worms are too small to go on a hook. So, for sure, make sure if you're going fishing and you're making a worm order, make sure you're letting whoever it is, even if it isn't me, make sure you're letting them know you're going fishing. Or maybe message them and ask them before you make an order if these worms are good for fishing. I mean, I guess maybe some folks are unscrupulous and they might lie to you or something. But if you message me and ask me, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll tell you if the worm's big enough to go on a fishing hook or not. And you know, it might be the case that at the time, maybe I just got done filling a really big order, and I know I done dug the bins, and I don't have any really big fat ones at the moment. Well, then, I could let you know right then, you know, hey, if you wait a week, I'll have more fat ones, you know. It's always good to message the person you intend on talking to or purchasing something from, making sure you're getting what you're paying for. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Drop it in the comments below if you think I'm crazy, y'all. But this is some of the best organic fertilizer for your garden. Your plants, your potted plants, your tomato plants. It's really an all-purpose. And you know, it doesn't burn it won't burn your plants like something with higher nitrogen or something in it. You know, it's a fertilizer, but I like to think of it more as an amendment, you know. It is a fertilizer, but I like to think of it as an amendment when I use it. When I mix it in my raised beds or my garden soil. Anyways, that's the way I think about it. What y'all think? How do you think of worm castings? Man, they're getting into them apples now. Them putrid apples. All right, the avocados. Ain't too much left of these avocados, y'all. Ooh, look at there. That is just so beautiful. I'd love to take just a handful of this, worms and all, put it right in the garden. Well, y'all, if you made it this far, you already know it. I appreciate it. God bless y'all. And y'all come back now. You hear?